Kind Earth Tech.
A taste of the future.
All right, thank you, Ira, and thank you everyone present today. I just want to, be grateful to everyone and to sticking to us throughout this whole day full of emotions. It has been wonderful. We have had some wonderful speakers, and now I would like to talk about creating the taste of the future at university. And to this, I would like to present the work of the Wageningen Alternative Protein Project. So first of all, what is the Wageningen Alternative Protein Project? Well, this belongs to a community, a global community of students that we are distributed around different universities in the world. And we advocate for student involvement on creating the next generation of plant-based, fermented, and cultivated alternatives to conventional meat, eggs, and dairy. This is an initiative by the Good Food Institute, which I guess that everybody here today is familiar with. So the Good Food Institute gives monthly coaching to our group as well as to all other groups around the globe, and they give us access to scientific resources and also mentoring and guidance to us in the project's board. So this is a group of 5 students. This is us. We are 5 graduate students from food tech and from biotech. And we co-founded the project in Wageningen University in the fall of 2020. And so we do this for free. We don't have economical support from anybody. And we make our meetings, at Saturday afternoon and Sunday afternoon and during the night. So this is just pure raw passion, a group of 5 students that we know that we want to dedicate our life to alternative protein. So the question is, why did we start this group of students? Why did these 5 students start this group in Wageningen? And there are so many reasons, but for this presentation today, I could only think of 2 that were worthy of mentioning. First of all, Wageningen is a leader in plant protein education and research, which I guess everybody is aware. But then this also made us think that we needed to bring forward student body involvement and not just having a student body that consumes knowledge and skills regarding plant protein research and education, but also is actively involved. And then we felt that there was no research on educational agenda on cellular agriculture accessible to students. And when I want to say accessible to students, we know that there are certain projects going on, especially on recombinant technologies, but we felt that these were not obvious, they were not really accessible. So we thought that we had the obvious need to put these projects on the spotlight and also through this try to accelerate local development and really stimulate more projects in cellular agriculture. So how are we doing this work at Wageningen? We are basically centering ourselves in 4 focuses of 4 centers of work. First, we try to connect the students with industries, promoting internship opportunities. And as well, we try to bring industry experts to give talks in events that we've put together. Then we are really working really hard in creating a community of students interested. So we do this by sharing news on alternative protein, also talks from experts. We have created the European Alternative Protein Journal Club, in which we gather a lot of people from different universities in Germany, in the Netherlands, in Belgium, and around. And we discuss scientific papers once a month. And we do this because we feel like we don't have those educational opportunities at our universities. And finally, at WUR, we have also a podcast program in which we broadcast the work of young Wageningen researchers. Also, we try to do some work stimulating research. So we try to promote bachelor or master projects in alternative protein in WUR, as much as we, a group of students, can. And we try to provide mentoring to students who are willing to apply for grants in alternative protein to try to do their bachelor or master thesis, but that they don't know where to start or who has grants available, or they don't know how to navigate this process. But what I would really like to talk about today is about the work that we do towards education, because we we really feel that thanks to education, it's where we are going to really be able to make a difference and accelerate this space the most. And here I will present 3 of the things that we have accomplished this year and that we're working on, which is a protein transition course, a course on cellular agriculture, and how we're trying to facilitate this small consultancy projects. The question is now, why is education on alternative protein important for alternative protein success as a field? And I think that there are many reasons again, but for example, one of the most important ones is talent building. So really be able to provide within the time that students are doing their programs in university with the skills that will allow them to really be able to jump into the working life and make that really that impact, right? So really that skill building and that building that new generation of talent that will be able to push the field into the next level in a way. Then the public credibility, and as much as this, yeah, it's a bit controversial to say it, but in a way there is a large part of the general public, of consumers as well, that feel that there's a large amount of credibility to something if research institutions such as universities are doing research and having research output coming out, right? So if we involve more research on alternative protein, there will be less distance between the public and adopting, for example, or consuming alternative protein products. And also something that might seem very obvious, but yeah, it was worthy also to be put here today, is the direct connection to open research. And open research is something that is very important to accelerate the space. And if you have students that are getting educational courses on alternative protein and that are able to, do their master, their bachelor thesis on alternative protein, they will more likely become scientists and that will want to do open research on these areas as well. So these 3 aspects are really important. And this is why, again, because of these reasons, we are doing this work in the education space. So first of all, just wanted to introduce really quickly what's happening with this course of the protein transition in Wageningen. So it's just a multidisciplinary approach to alternative protein, which is going to be talking about different protein sources, the future pathways in which these protein sources will be implemented, and innovation highlights and business cases. And there was this protein transition course was already, let's say, launched or announced this beginning of the year, and will very be likely available to the general student body in the spring of 2022. We also tried to, we also worked on generating a course on cellular agriculture. So say a formal course with an overview of fermentation technologies, but with a real focus on cultivated meat. This was because already Wageningen is super strong on fermentation technologies. There are fabulous courses on graduate level, such as advanced fermentation sciences. But there is no educational opportunities in cultivated meat, which we feel is, we can't understand how this is happening, since in reality, Netherlands is the cradle and birthplace of cultivated meat in a way. So we were working towards creating a formal course at graduate level that would have the theoretical fundamentals and the practical skills that would be implemented. Nevertheless, we were working very well on this project in the beginning of the year. We had found involved faculty, we had generated a curriculum, but we hit roof at a moment in which, let's say, administration at university asked us to prove a student interest for such a course, and to be able to start thinking about allocating resources, or to be starting to think for this project seriously. So we are at this moment surveying from now quite a few months the student body to try to generate that data to be able to generate a dossier and really, show the university that there is not only the need, but also the desire from the student body to do this. And just to wrap up, the last thing that I would like us to reflect on is, like, how can we all accelerate education, alternative protein within universities? So to everyone, please support your alternative protein, cell agriculture superheroes at your local uni from whichever way. Give them exposure, make notes about them, put them out there. To companies, please fund more research projects within university. Open innovation is really the way that we're going to accelerate this space in which we're going to be allocating less resources to making more progress. And also, companies, please directly involve students and aspiring scientists before graduation, create thesis, create internship opportunities, and even, well, you have here the academic consultancy project, so even small, short projects available to students, because students want to get in that space. They're willing to dedicate hours and hours to this, but there's just really not yet, we haven't arrived yet to the educational opportunities. And finally, a shout out, like a message to all students, please get moving and create a local alternative protein project group in your university. We need students really advocating for alternative protein education around the world. So please, if you feel inspired by this talk and you feel inspired by the work that's going around you, don't wait for something to happen. Go and do it yourselves. We did it, and you can do it as well. So I would finally just like to thank everyone who's maybe watching at this hour in the night, or, well, wherever you guys are. Reach out. Here are all of our contact details and information. And also at the bottom, a link. If you want to start your local alternative protein project, please do so. And thank you very much. And thank you, the people from Kinder Tech, for hosting me today in Amsterdam and for putting together this fabulous event.